There's nothing more valuable than a sound and a peaceful mind. Well, we are discussing today issue of mental illness. Hi, this is Radhika Tejpal, and let's talk about mental illness, a very important cause that needs to be addressed, not only on our national level, but it's an issue that needs a discussion at a global level. So what is it that leads to mental illness? Mental illness can be caused due to some kind of a major life-changing event in someone's life. It could be a loss of a loved one. It could be some sort of bankruptcy, a major financial breakdown, or it could even be harassment at some stage of life. It can be at school level, college level, at workplace, even at home. This affects your emotional as well as your mental health. Emotional and mental health are interconnected. So how do we get to know that a person is suffering from mental illness? Well, there's a very thin line which differentiates between general sadness and depression and acute mental illness. So how do we get to know that the person is actually now suffering from mental illness and needs some kind of help? First sign would be sleeplessness, restlessness, which leads to probably insomnia. It can be eating disorder, eating too much or just giving up on eating, feeling absolutely no, there are no, someone completely loses his or her appetite, or overeating. It's like, you do emotional eating. These are some of the signs. Then mood swings, for no rhyme or reason remaining irritable, for no reason snapping at others. Or it could even be that trying to laugh too much just to camouflage your sadness that you're feeling within. So these are some of the signs and symptoms that we get to know that the person is suffering from mental illness. Losing self-esteem, self-confidence, faith in their own decision-making, always relying and taking a second opinion from others, validation from others. These are signs that person is suffering from mental illness. So how do we approach, how do we give the treatment to a person who's suffering from this problem, from this issue, or is in this situation? Our first reaction would be, let's take him to the doctor. And what's the doctor going to do? Doctor is simply going to, first of all, put you under observation and then prescribe medicines. And then what happens? The patient becomes addicted. I'm using the term addicted to the medicines. He starts feeling even more anxious if he doesn't find his medicines around him. He becomes so dependent on the medication that they work as drugs for him. Well, I would say this is not the right path to take. What a person who's going through emotional and mental issue, who is, like feeling suicidal at times, does not need medicines. He needs someone who can heal him from within. He needs a place where he can have a holistic awakening from within. where he can regain his self-confidence back. Being an angel card practitioner and a tarot reader, I have had a number of such clients who come to me. I would like to talk about one person who came to me with almost a similar kind of a problem, that he says that I feel vacuum from within. I feel some kind of emptiness within. I'm also a life coach, and I tried to gauge as to what could be the issue. Is it some childhood issue, or is it some kind of a harassment at workplace or at home the person is going through? Well, there was nothing. He said, there is nothing. I mean, I've had a very lovely childhood. I've had very loving, doting parents, grandparents. He grew up in a joint family where he said that it was a healthy joint family, what he described to me. Work was fine. They had a family business, which was like, they are like absolutely, like that affluent family. So no issue on that as well. Still, he was feeling some kind of emptiness. His friends were very supportive, yet he had that emptiness. And what I could sense as a clairvoyant was that this issue has some kind of past life impact on his present life. And he needs to get his past life healing done. Well, those who would believe can believe, but somehow, I mean, like some people who don't want to believe, then also, if at all, for no reason, you're feeling some kind of emptiness from within, you need to address it. But let me tell you, according to me, medicine is never an answer. You need a more organic approach. You need a full package of approach. And what do I mean by full package? See, I'll give you an example. Say, supposing a refrigerator stops working. Now we call a mechanic, and mechanic tries to come, he comes and tries to fix it up so that, it becomes functional again. But when it becomes functional again, what is our expectation from the refrigerator? That it should now be in wholly and completely fit for working. Not only should it be doing appropriate cooling, but it should be like all the wires are fixed. The freezer is working fine, the vegetable tray is fine, and even to an extent that it does not put load on the electricity as well. So there will be a whole lot of things that we would be thinking about. The gas is filled up properly, the compressor is functioning fine, and now it should not give us any kind of trouble, right? So maybe the mechanic has just fixed a part of it. He's just changed the compressor and that's it. The cooling has become fine. But maybe there are certain other issues still underlying in that refrigerator. And that is what happens when we start taking medicines. It can calm us down for a while, but it does not heal us completely. It does not give us answers to our emotional issues. It only puts us to sleep probably for some time. And then when we wake up, we don't see our medicines around, we again start feeling anxious. So what needs to be done is to go through certain other activities that can connect us from our higher self, that can bring inner calm, that can address our inner child issues. And recently, I came across this very beautiful foundation called Individualism. How beautiful the name itself is, Individualism. It talks about you as a person, as an individual. It talks about how to, be your own unique self. They have all such activities like pranayam, meditation, and treating through herbs, which are easily available in nature, yoga. These are the things which actually calms us completely, which actually brings our mind, body, soul into alignment. Mr. Nanda, the founder, has something very beautiful to say. His vision is that this place brings your ideals, virtues, and dreams to coexist. This is exactly we want as a human being. A place where we can find ourselves, where we can explore our own self, where we can feel awakened, where we are not judged. So I highly recommend every one of you to come experience this beautiful retreat, I would call it, and find your inner calm, your inner peace. God bless. Have a beautiful life. Thank you.